Welcome to another episode on our channel. I'm back. It has been a hectic last week. Bug caught me and wasn't gonna let me go. I had the worst sore throat I've had in ages, and then after the sore throat was done, then the congestion started, and that was the worst it's been in ages. And it wasn't COVID because I've had COVID a couple times, and actually this was worse than COVID. That's kind of ironic when I say that something could be worse than COVID. Um, but I've been fully vaccinated, so this was worse than COVID. Um, anyway, and then probably it's because we've had so many pet related issues recently. One of our cats died, and then one of our cats, we found a ping pong size mass on her tail, just kind of popped up overnight, it seemed, petting her, and then this thing, which was hard and immovable, appeared, and I immediately thought cancer, and sure enough, it was cancer. And we were at that point where we were thinking about putting her down, and talked to the vet and said, and the vet had said if the cancer is contained, then she would have um, you know um, her natural life. It would be, like 4 years, and she's already 14. So we decided to have the tail taken, and they tested the tail, and there is no cancer beyond the cut. So it is contained, and she does have 4 more years. And now we're waiting to hear back results for one of my Pomeranians, because she has some suspicious cells on her liver. And so so it's been like my system has been bombarded with a lot of stress, and I think it all caught up with me last week. And but with the good news of the cat, and hopefully something really nice will happen with the palm. I'm definitely praying for that positive outcome here. um we're just taking one day at a time. And my little baby seems to be doing fine. She's back to normal, which is a mischievous little prima donna that she is, and makes me smile every time she does something uh, prima donna-ish. Anyway, so you may hear me sniffle a bit, but I wanted to thank everybody for the kind wishes and everything. We didn't think anything would come of this channel. It was like there's so many 1/6 scale reviewers out there, and people already on YouTube who've been on YouTube for years. We just didn't think anything would happen, and lo and behold, to even get to 1,000 subscribers, I think is just actually awesome from my perspective. We were just documenting what we had, but it's become a community, and I wanted to thank you for all your well wishes. So I'm going to do something I think that's a little special as a thank you, and down the road I do want to do some sort of giveaway or something. We're just trying to kind of feel our way through all the complexities of laws within our state regarding giveaways and that sort of thing. So we don't want to cross any law-breaking lines, so to speak. But we'll pause. I'll get what I want on the table and then tell you why it's so special for me. We are back, and this is the special thing, and it may not be special to you, but it's kind of special to me. I got this back in 2013, and I never opened it up. I just thought, my gosh, this thing is so big, where am I going to put it? And since then, when we started the channel, I even had a few quarter scale figures, but this is big, and it's not a quarter scale figure. It's the Iron Man 3 figure. I got it from Sideshow, so I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. If it is, it's too late to complain. It's I got it in 2013, so I can't, return it if there is something wrong with it, so, we're just yeah, we're just gonna open it up and see what's in it, but it's ironic, like I said, that I thought it was too big to open up, and so it just sat sat, and, I kept looking at it every so often, but never even thought of opening it up because it was so big, and well, since we hit 1,000 subscribers, I think it's important to do something at least special to me. I hope it's special to you. This is the first opening of this 2013 figure. So 11 years later, I am opening this baby up. I hope, like I said, I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with it, but we'll find out. That's for sure. Um, all right, opening it up from the bottom. All right. Okay, my our animals here, they're making funny noises. All right. All right. Oh, it is a sturdy, wow, that's really tough. The sturdy mailer box. It is look on a chalkboard. If you're that old, you'll remember fingernails on a chalkboard do not sound nice. All right. All right. I'll let my husband get the this away from the table. Well, it wasn't a perfect box to begin with. It probably is less perfect now, but the mailer that is. So here he is, Tony Stark. I can't tell you how much grief I experienced when in the end game I realized Iron Man and Captain America, Black Widow, a lot of favorite figures or characters leaving that show. All right. So I still have a few sniffles. All right. Eh, all right. Ooh, okay. Icky bug. I need a Kleenex. Icky bug. It's not alive. It's been dead for a while. Well, that was a surprise, or that at least it wasn't. My box wasn't alone for a while. I had an icky bug with it. Actually, in the front, I think it's survived remarkably well. Okay, it says I have to go back. Oh, this is heavy. Okay. On the side, it looks pretty good. Yeah. And on this side, wow. Better hold it. Looks pretty. Oh man, that's heavy. Good. And on this side. Okay. Get my workout today. Oh, it's like a shoebox. Oh, no tape. Oh, good. Okay. Heavy shoe. Okay, okay. I'm getting it. It's coming. Okay, here. Let's do it a little different. Oh god. Sorry about the snorting and the laughing. Ah. Okay, he says I can do it now in a minute. Okay. Put it down so I don't do anything to it. Oh, okay. Very bright red. Ah, that's a lot of red. I'm sorry. It's too bad it. Yeah, it would have been nice if he was, yeah, in regular colors and then just a red background. That's a lot of red. So this is MMS 191. But this is kind of the display stand. Wow. All right. So we have lots lots of pieces that somehow go together. Huh. Which is going to take a little oh, okay, I see. I think. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. It links together like that. My brain is still not where it needs to be. Okay. So kind of like that. That part worked. All right. So unfortunately, if I bring this up, everything's going to fall apart. There you go. Haha. Kind of. I wonder if there. I don't know. I don't know if there are pieces in there that actually hold it together better. Let's pause and I will see if there are more pieces here that go obviously on this thing. So we'll be right back and we'll see what we can do. I really know why I didn't put it together. It is, or open it up. It is really, really large. Yeah, finding room for this piece in and of itself is going to be a process. This is black cardboard, uh, and it just gives this a fuller look. But the one frustration I see is it doesn't really lock together. So you have two pieces, which just have slots, and all it does is just tells you how it goes together. That's all. It doesn't lock into place at all. So you're just going to have to mess with it until you kind of get that circle you're looking for and hope it stays into place. This stuff is supposed to cover these little arm stands, cover the where the seams come together on the cardboard, but it looks like it's going to have problems staying in a nice tight circle. And which then leads me to the question, since the box was so big, why didn't they just make one long circle instead of having it sectioned together? I think that would have been a better option. The other thing is that there are, I mean, this is all made of plastic, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just that when you try to put the other plastic pieces with pegs into the peg holes to lock this thing in place, remember when I said it was having a hard time staying together, this is to cut down on that. They either go in snugly or they don't. And I'm going to have to figure out, there's one particular piece here that just doesn't want to go in very nicely, just resists. And I don't want to mess with it too much for fear of breaking it. That's always our challenge, is something going to break. So this piece You do link some other pieces too. So you've got some leg arms here that come out and other bigger pieces. And they do lock in place nicely. And then the middle piece, when you put this outer piece over it, will lock in with a peg and peg hold system as well. So that part is nice. And then the stand goes in here. That part is nice. And there are batteries that you can put in here. So this eventually will light up. Anyway, we'll pause and I will get the other package out and we'll see what's on the inside of that thing. Welcome back. We are at this stage, which is, again, it's humongous, whatever's in here to include the figure. I am like Sven from Norway from the S&S channel. I do prefer foam better, and for whatever reason, we've always gotten figures from Hot Toys that are plastic. The third-party folks tend to favor foam, and I wish we could make that adjustment. I kind of messed with it so it would open up nicely. Thank God there was no tape on it. That's my thing. All right, so there we go. That's off. So we'll take a look at the figure. And half my reason for getting anything is how good does the figure look? He looks pretty good. And the outfit is wonderful. It's as we recall. He's got the plastic coverings with tape on him, so I won't bother undoing him. I don't know, maybe his face is just a touch wider than what it should be, but he still looks absolutely awesome. So we have on him, we've got the relaxed hands, like is typically done on the figure. And then we have some slightly gripping hands, or gripping hands, basically. And then we have fists. And that's pretty much it in terms of the hands. That's okay. We don't need many hands. We do have hand tags, or wrist tags, I should say. That's always nice to have. And then we have just tons of things that we can actually put on him. We've got, for his calves, these pieces. We have, looks like, replacement feet that are his uniform look. So we have those. We've got all sorts of hands. Well, not all sorts, but enough. We have open hands. I kind of really like open hands. Open. And yeah, these are open too. So I'm not sure how they're different. Maybe these don't move. No, they do move. I don't know. Oh, no. I really do not see a difference. Normally, you can kind of see something different about the hands. They both have a place where the lights go. They're pretty much going in the same direction. So I'm not quite sure how they differ. But I don't have to understand everything in life. We have optional arms with the uniform. Let's see. Maybe one is oh, I see what's wrong with or what's different, I should say, with the hands. So the opening is here on these hands at the top, and the opening is on the sides with these hands. So it goes in this way, whereas this hand goes in this way. So that's the difference there. All right. So we arms with fists. Okay. So we have those. And this. Oh, okay. So this looks like more of where the feet attach. And so these are well, I think there are two different options here. Unless this is, this might be the top part of the leg, the thigh instead of the calf. Yeah, I have to see how that goes together. Okay. And then we have a section here. Ooh, there's a couple more things. Just tons of things in this thing. This obviously goes over the hands. They're just covers. So I imagine just covering the hand like that. And then we have in here, it looks like we have another hand. I don't know why you would have another open hand. This is where things are supposed to go flying. It didn't. Oh, this is just completely red. For whatever reason, it's not multi-colored. So completely red. And then, oh, this must be the cover to this hand. Something like that. Oops. All right. And then we have a neck piece. That's part of his uniform. And then we have, oh, this is the head. If you wanted to pose him without the head sculpt of Tony Stark's face. And this looks like it would fit over his face. So an opening there. Oh, this is cool. This is like his earpiece communicator thing. Yeah, that he can wear when he's talking to his robot or his thing that makes adjustments to his suit. Cool. Okay, so we have tools. Little tools. That's cool. Wasn't expecting that. Or maybe I was, but since I got it so long ago, I forgot about it. There's a screwdriver. That's cool. And I don't know what this is. Maybe some sort of light source. And some wires. Some blue wires and some white wires. So I don't know what that's all about, but that is definitely there. And then we have, sorry. So we have a magazine with him on the cover, and this looks like schematics, robotic, how things go together, that sort of thing. And then finally, we've got his second half, which is the thing that picks things up for him, puts things together. Oh, Oh, I wonder what that was. I thought that was part of this. This is actually, a table, oh, a table where you can put the tools and things like that. The only thing that, in my mind would be super, super cool if it had it, would be like a little toolbox that you could put on top of the table. And then have not just 1, 2, and 3 tool pieces, plus what looks like to be a light or something like that with some wire, but all sorts of different tools would be so neat to have on top of this thing. That, that's what we have here. All right. Okay. So I will be back in a second. I'll take off the plastic wrappings around his feet and so forth, and try to. I don't think I would want to pose him without being somewhat robotic in nature. So yeah, I'll see what combo looks best for me. All right, so we'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back. I knew I probably shouldn't have said we'll be back in a few seconds because it obviously didn't take a few seconds, at least from our perspective. It took quite a few minutes to finally figure out how to put him together, what stuff should go on the bench, uh, how this kind of worked and everything else. There are some pros and cons. I mean, the stand looks absolutely awesome from a distance. It looks like it's made of metal. Of course, it would have been better if it was made of metal, but that would have cost a fortune, no doubt. Some of the pieces that are designed to hold this thing together just don't fit into place very nicely. The peg and hole system it's a tight fit, and I'm gonna have to really work with this one especially. The other two went in pretty nicely, but this one is having some struggles. So basically, those are the pieces that hold the thing together. And once it is together, it is, not going to fall apart on you, which is nice. These little uh, kind of pedestals that come out were designed to kind of cover uh, the black foundation that you could put around to be a circle. So you'd have one piece here, one piece all the way in terms of a circle, but they don't clip, they don't, clip together. They're just really to show you where the seams go into place. So they don't really snap together. There's no way it snaps together. So the only way to keep these things together is really to tape them on the back, and I'm not prone to do that. I really think they could have gotten away with making a whole circular piece that would bend in half, and the halves that were bent would have been covered by some of these little pedestal pieces, which is kind of what is happening with these pieces. Each one of these things is covering where it connects. So that would have been definitely an improvement, because keeping these things together is going to be very frustrating. The neat thing about the stand, though, is that it does light up and the batteries actually work. It's just trying to figure out how to turn the thing on. That's the struggle. There's a little piece here that you just press down. It looks like it's just part of the stand itself. It doesn't look like a switch or anything like that, but if you press that down, the thing will light up, and that is definitely a cool effect. I do like the shading. Again, it does look like metal, but it's very much plastic. He was kind of a challenge to get together. You do take the lower leg off. You put, you basically, how shall I put it? Let me back up a second. You take the boot off, and you basically will take the pants all the way down to the end of the leg, then you'll slip this piece over it. That's the only way that the pants won't get too badly crumpled up here at the knee. So take the boot off. The leg does pull out, but leave the leg in. Pull the pants down, put this over the pants, and then put the boot onto the peg. That's the best way to get these things on. These things, you take the half of the arm, the forearm off, and this thing then has a magnet in it, and it just nicely clips into place. So that actually is a cool feature. I think that's very convenient. And I use the hands that have the opening at the top because I really wanted the hands to arch out as much as possible here. So I think that definitely is a cool look. So I'm glad they gave us two choices. They had a hole in the side so the hand would go straight down, or they had the hole at the top of the hand so that the hand would arch out like this. And I do love the arch out look. So at first I couldn't tell how they were different. And it obviously is just the placement of the hole and how the hand goes on to the peg. And then you have to use different covers if you're going to use the hands with the holes on top of the hand. Um, so that was a journey. The batteries and the arms weekly work, but you really can't tell because they're pretty much dead. But again, yeah, I don't think you can even see it. They're 11 years old. So I'm surprised they work on at all. This is the only one that really stayed intact. The back ones, where the lights up in the front doesn't turn on at all. So we're ordering new batteries and they should get here hopefully tomorrow sometime. The bench is cool. So is this thing. This is similar to what you would get in the mech test Tony Stark model. So it has clamps and so forth. You can actually supposedly take the camera, which is what this is. I thought it was a light, this camera. And supposedly this could be held by the clamps. I haven't figured that part out because it's really flimsy and it just doesn't want to hold it. But I'm sure there's a way to make that work. If nothing else, with a rubber band that is black or whatever, something will make that work. The bench is cool. I mean, there are even wheels on this thing, so you can literally roll it around. On the bench is the same thing. There are wheels that actually literally move. And then there are pieces that you can put on the bench that aren't designed to go on him, but onto the bench. Just miscellaneous pieces. You could put the helmet up there, the half helmet, but the tools are so cool. I just wish they had like a toolbox and more tools. This is like a needle nose plier. I'm trying to figure out how to show it to you here against the black. That's perfect. He has, whoops, whatever this is. I don't know. It looks like it's a piece of I don't know, like a foot, maybe an option for the foot or the leg. These are clippers. You can see it here. And they do move in and out. That's cool. And then the only other tool is a screwdriver. You probably won't see it against the his black shirt, but that's cool. I just wish there were more tools. I'm just fascinated when I see tiny things like this. It has some wires, some white wires and some blue wires. I don't think it's for anything but show. Um, of course, the half mask is pretty cool. So that can go on the bench too. So it's just full of lots of neat things. Like I said, there could be some improvements here and there, but overall, I love it. It's quite a fascinating experience to open something that has never been opened that is 11 years old. And I just, again, just thought it was too big. It is really big. It takes up way too much room. But the other thing is he has these nice things that go over so he can see through one eye, um, some schematics, like a hologram type of thing, and then um, microphones and stuff like that there, so he can talk to his gadget over here to do certain things that it needs to do. So it is very cool. We will take him, get everything else out of the way, and put him on a turn tray so you can see him from all angles. I'm just so sorry that the lights don't work, but I wasn't really expecting any of the lights to work, and for one set of lights to work and some of the hands to flicker a little bit. Weak lights, you really can't see them. It's just amazing after 11 years. But we should have batteries soon, so we'll be able to see them more clearly under those circumstances. So we'll pause now and get him on a turn tray so you can see him from different angles. All right, so here he is on a turn tray. I left the lights on for you guys. So you can see with the holes of the hand on top of the hand, he has a more arched kind of position with his hands, which is a very nice effect, I think. And once we get the lights working, they're going to be, I think, awesome. So this is a cool stand, I have to say that. It's large, but it's a very cool stand. And you can kind of see, again, the thing he has on his face. His shirt is very nice. The only thing that's missing is the blue light thing, because I cannot light it up without batteries. So we'll have to bring him back for that part at the very least. So we'll stop now and get some tighter close-ups from here on up, and then directly at his face. So here he is, close-up like, and he looks awesome. I love the arms, the hands that are stretched out. You can see the communication system he has on his head. The outfit is wonderful. The only thing we can't see is the blue light because the batteries don't work after 11 years. I'm surprised anything worked after 11 years. So I think this was a great look, not having him totally suited up, but just to have his arms and his legs, his calves basically, and his feet armored up. I think that was a good call by Sideshow. And the face is awesome. Maybe just a little too thick, I don't know. He looks good regardless. You can start to see again, the microphones and so forth, and the eyepiece through which he can see holograms of um, basically his machinery and how things go together and how he's going to estimate making any changes, that sort of thing. So, yeah. So we'll pause now and get some tight close-ups of his face. This is an absolutely awesome close-up. You can see his equipment. Let me go this way first. Yeah, on this side is the lens through which he looks, and he can see holograms of engineering pieces, things that he's making. There we go. I think we can leave it right about, well, let's go all the way back to where we started. Awesome look, though. Absolutely awesome. A treat to open up 11 years later. Here's one last look at our 2013 Tony Stark that I have not opened since I got it from Sideshow back in 2013. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.